Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And a special shout out to apparently our Lord and Savior KOC, whatever that is. We are in round 6 of the low ink Swiss bracket, and we have a spicy matchup for you guys. Boreal Phoenix versus Awake. Both of these teams are on the borderline of making top cuts in their respective group, Swiss group. So a win for either one of these teams could be huge. Now, that doesn't guarantee they're going to make top cut, tiebreaker rules, yada, 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 but should be an interesting matchup nonetheless. Our first game here is going to be Splat Zones at Art Academy. This is a community favorite map and mode, is it not?
Oh.
Hi.
Yes. This is in fact my favorite map and mode, actually. I would say for a lot of people, I'm not sure about, I can't speak for everybody, but this map and mode, I mean, it's one of the oldest maps in Splatoon 2. One of my favorites. I feel it can be played very aggressively, so there's a lot of... I guess there's just a lot that can go on. It's very entertaining.
Yes, and just to give you guys some context here, I believe both of these teams are 3-2 right now. Yes, Boreal Phoenix is the 9th seed in Group B, and Awake is the 10th seed. And again, the top 8 seeds from each group move on to the next round. So obviously this game has a lot riding on the line for both of these teams. All 3 games do, because if it comes down to a tiebreaker, the amount of games that you actually win, as well as your opponent's win percentage, do play a lot in tiebreakers. So should be an exciting matchup, unless
definitely.
It's not.
And we actually have a lot of teams currently that have, because we are in round 6, so we have a lot of teams that have 3 wins, 2 losses, which I believe this team is around there. So every match counts. Now looks like we do see a foil squeezer coming out here on the side of Boreal Phoenix. It was a very big favorite early on. Now Bubbles did receive a little bit of a nerf recently, but squeezer is still heavily played, so we'll see how they do here.
Yes, my team specifically has played Boreal Phoenix several times. Including the time when we won low ink, we had to go through Boreal Phoenix twice. So seeing the foil squeezer, actually this whole comp they're using right here, this is a very Boreal Phoenix classic trademark comp here, something they're definitely very comfortable with. For Awake, however, not much. They do come out with a double Booyah Bomb as well as a Bomb Rush comp. So they will have a lot of different tech tools they can use to get control of zone if they need to. But you see Dooley here popping off with the Inkjet, able to get several picks, which will give control back to Boreal Phoenix.
Very nice director from Dooley. Now, right now, it looks like they are getting set up. Now, the thing about this map is sometimes it's very okay to push up. You actually want to push up into their plat. And very nice clean snipe here coming from Oofs. Now, they do use that Booyah here on top mid, but unfortunately, it doesn't really do cap any of zone. They do take down the heavy. Really nice pick here from Dooley. Now, all that's up is that K-Pro here, who just popped that Booyah. But Boreal Phoenix just doing a fabulous job maintaining zone and keeping up those picks. But it looks like Awake. It looks like they're trying to awaken here from their sleep. They do have some specials, but unfortunately, it just doesn't recap it, especially Oos here getting that nice pick. They are 3 down on the side of Awake.
Yeah, and even more impressive for Boreal Phoenix, I don't think they've lost a single player since recapping the zone. As I say, Amar goes down with foil squeezer, but it's not enough for Awake to take control of the zone. Boreal Phoenix, feeling the pressure, knowing they need to make top cut, playing their best game at the right time here as they go up 1-0 over Awake. As you look at the KAs here, not a lot of action going on the side of Awake for this first round. This Boreal Phoenix able to hold down the fort. Now, you see that A- from Amar. It's not a smurfing. Well, I mean, that's not a smurfing player. Amar has been on Boreal Phoenix for a long time, so that's not... Maybe his original account just got banned or something. I don't know. But we're going to move on to... Oh, goodness. Tower control at Moray Towers. Is this the worst Stingray map in the entire game? I think it is. It's got to be.
Well, I would say with Stingray, a lot of people... I mean, it is TC, so Stingray can play a very good role here, at least stopping tower. But, I mean, there's just so many angles that the way this map is laid out, it's not the best unless you're very good at Stingray. So, I have a feeling we may see a Stingray. We may or may not. But I think a lot of people are just more concerned with just Moray. It's just very difficult to push. You actually do have to play a little bit aggressive. If you can take over the team sniper or overlook, it usually gives you such a good advantage. What I'm hoping to see is maybe if you see a few blasters, hoping to see a Clash blaster coming out. Believe it or not, it's super great here. I have a feeling it's super great, but
I can guarantee you won't see one from BP as they come out with their. It's the screen. Okay, yeah, they pretty much got the same comp except a Stingray Charger instead of the Firefin, and a little bit more of a traditional comp coming out from the side of Awake here. As we see the opening armor coming out for Boreal Phoenix as they're able to get a couple of picks. So an early push is going to be coming out as you see Kimcat trying to stay on tower there. As they approach this first checkpoint, I'm pretty sure this is the longest checkpoint in the entire game. I think Hotel had the longest one until they broke it up into 2 checkpoints later. So getting past this checkpoint can be the difference between winning and losing. And Boreal Phoenix threatening to do that within the first minute, and they managed to pull it off.
Definitely one of the tougher checkpoints. Sometimes when I play this map myself, I feel like the tower never even moves for 10 seconds. So, you don't even see that timer going down, but it does indeed go down. Now, Jay here getting a really good pick here on their snipe. Now, they do have to fight 2 people, and they do go down. So very good teamwork here on the side of Boreal Phoenix. Right now, an insane double there. Gonna open them a very good push here.
Yes, with the Booyah Bomb exploding at their back, Dooley able to get a key double that will stall any kind of attempt at a push, and in fact bring the tower back to back into control of Boreal Phoenix, who is looking to advance to the second checkpoint. As you see Dooley popping the inkjet there. Before finally going down to the side of Awake, who's looking to once again flank up into the snipe. They obviously want to try to get control of the snipe here so that they can get their push going. However, the bombs just a little too much from Kimcat.
Right, in Boreal Phoenix play, I have a feeling that they are very comfortable with their comp deck. Like you said before, this is almost the same exact comp that they were running on the last match. And for them, it's, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So, very strong here. It looks like the rate is coming out and the bubbles, but right now it's just a 3v3 situation. The bubbles are not dead yet, but there goes the squeezer. So Jay getting some very good key picks to stop that push.
Yes, nice work by Jay there to avoid the bubbles and able to get the pick. As we approach the halfway point here, Awake needs to find a way to at least get some sort of push going, as they do finally get on the board, but with 2 players going down, might not even make it to the first checkpoint before Boreal Phoenix swarms them and pushes them off, using missiles on the side of Awake as well, as Dooley trying to get some players who are trying to jump back into the map. Once again, this map, kind of like Port Mackerel in the last round, if you get wiped and you don't have beacons, it can take a long time to get back into the action here. So you want to, if you're Boreal Phoenix, as you're trying to make a push here, you want to keep the other Awake from getting back into the action, getting picks as they're coming back in, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
And Poppin, you actually bring like a really good point. Now, if you don't have beacons, the other way really is to rely on your backline. Make sure that they don't die, that they give you good positions, good jumps. And I feel like that's really the humongous difference here with Boreal Phoenix. Their sniper has been able to stay alive the majority of this game. A lot of them have been able to come back and jump to the sniper. And right now they're just fighting for that KO, and it's a KO here. So that will be, game 2 will be going again to Boreal Phoenix.
And now we do have an interesting scenario coming up here. So Boreal Phoenix has won this set, all but eliminating Awake from making top cut. However, with tiebreaker rules, and I have no idea how this is actually going to come down, but Awake still has an opportunity to play spoiler here by taking it one game off of Boreal Phoenix. That alone might be enough to keep BP out of top cut. So if you're Awake, there's still a chance for you to get revenge here, and you're going to have to do it on Rainmaker at Arowana Mall.
All right, and whenever Tios is telling us don't make fun of these maps, but you almost just can't. I mean, I love your first place, but Arowana, please, no. I mean, I actually, Arowana used to be one of my favorite maps as well in Splatoon 1, but you know, that was sniper meta. Right now, snipers aren't as meta as they were before, and it can be, well, at least it's Rainmaker, I would say that, but it can be a very tough map. I know a lot of people, me personally, don't like playing this map, and that's why we're probably not good at it, because I rarely play it, but it's definitely, we'll see. There's a lot of strats that can come into this map. What do you think, Popkin?
I think a big key here is controlling the left and right side of the map. Maybe more so the right side, the bridge areas, so that you can control mid from the left and right area. It's really difficult to get any kind of push going when rain is just falling down upon you from both sides of the map, since it's basically in a giant valley down below there. You mentioned Charger. We have seen oofs from Boreal Phoenix bust out Charger. We haven't seen, I think, nothing aside from heavy splatlings coming out from the side of Awake. So unless they do something with ballpoint, they might not have the range that is almost required to be successful on this map. But again, with Rainmaker, all it takes is one wipe to get the lead that you need.
And this isn't exactly a map where you could just, you know, what I call going willy-nilly into court and just pass. If you have a good backline or just very good players to have good awareness, it's hard to sneak up on them. And I think an important key is on that right side, is just having control there.
Well, speaking of having control of the map, Awake opting to not use a backliner at all. In fact, the longest ranged weapon, that's hard to say, is the K Pro. So a very, very aggressive comp coming out here for Awake. And you know what? I kind of like it. You've lost the first two games very quickly to a KO. Why not reach into your bag of tricks and try something that you probably haven't tried before, just to get just to throw Boreal Phoenix off guard? And they're able to get 3 picks here, and this could be a huge push. But however, oofs with the Charger getting the key pick there to slow down the push, but it's not over yet. They immediately pop the Rainmaker once again and are pushing forward. The Stingray coming out for Boreal Phoenix, able to stop it again. And with 2 players down, you got to think Boreal Phoenix can able to find a way to end this push, and they do. But not a bad opening push for Awake, especially with this aggressive comp they're showing here.
Very good push here by Awake, and like I mentioned before, that right side, as much as a lot of people don't really like to pay attention too much, it is a very key side. Just one sniper was able to live and slow down that push. So hopefully we see Awake look into that side more, maybe go for some flanks. This is definitely a tough map to do that on, because it is somewhat open, and it's really hard to be sneaky. But it's still very possible. There is about more than half of the match left.
Yes, and you see as a very nice shot from the spectator cam there to show us the entire map. Map control is pretty even within both teams, so if you are, and 3 players immediately going down for the side of Boreal Phoenix. However, you see oofs here. Oofs constantly being the last player staying alive and constantly find ways to get those key picks that are honestly kind of saving Boreal Phoenix from being in a pretty tough spot here. And it's going to be difficult for Awake to find a way to get a pick on Oos here, especially with the lack of range that they have. They'll have to find a way to use their specials together. Oh, but it's going to be hard when Oos takes down their longest range weapon.
All right, but also I would say with the Wake, their very mobile comp is doing pretty good. I have seen a lot of flanks coming here from the K-Shot. So they're definitely playing around with the movement that they have. They may not be able to take down the sniper, but they can take down the rest of the team.
Exactly.
So it's working very well for them. Now, it looks like there are some specials at the ready here for the side of Boreal Phoenix. They may be able to get a push going. The Rainmaker does reset, so they do need to act quickly and get some picks.
You see the Inkjet immediately popping off and getting a nice pick there on Awake, with one player down for Awake. Now, how are they going to have to find a way to stop this push? They able to get a pick there on the right side. I couldn't see who specifically got the pick. And another player goes down for Boreal Phoenix, as well as the Charger. So you see two players alive for Boreal Phoenix. However, Dooley is the only one in the action right now. So this is yet another stop, a key stop from Awake, who has only gotten one solid push off at the beginning of the game, but with a minute 30 left to go, you got to be feeling pretty comfortable here that your comp is finding ways to work. As the Booyah Bomb goes off, trying to find that Charger, at least put pressure on him as Jay's desperately trying, well, decides not to and go for the Inkjet instead. Two players now down for the side of Awake with about a minute 10 left to go. Make that 3 players down as the Stingray's coming out for Boreal Phoenix as they're trying to pop the Rainmaker there. They probably won't have a special to push with now that they're using the Stingray a little bit early. But as we approach, we now have less than a minute left to go. Boreal Phoenix needs to get basically past that first hump, I believe, to get control of lead here. And it looks like Awake is trying to maybe send a flank or two, is able to get a pick on the foil squeezer. So there might be an opportunity for them to stop this push yet again.
Very huge pick. And it looks like Awake, they already know they don't have to go too aggro. They do want to save those specials in case they themselves get special outs. But there are 2 down here on the side of Boreal Phoenix, just the Squeezer and the Charger. The Charger does have special ready, and unfortunately that is a trade, so they do lose their bubble. Now all that's left is that Stinger with 10 seconds left. Oos is pretty much the only one alive right now until they get their.
They're gonna have to pick it up. They are get it. Oh, but he ran instantly into a tendon missile. I don't think he saw it. So there you go. Boreal Phoenix wins the set. However, Awake able to pull out a comp, a rather unorthodox comp, and it worked to their advantage. So kudos to them. That's honestly kind of nice to see a team that can look and say, okay, what we've been doing just isn't working. Let's see if we can pull out something different, and it worked out. They do lose the set, or yes, they do lose the set, but and it'll have to come down to tiebreakers, but losing that one game could be the difference between Boreal Phoenix making top cut and not making top cut. Or I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I haven't looked at the updating standings. So either way, that is the end of the Swiss stage, at least as far as we are concerned. Froggy, or Little Pet Frog, will be on the mic along with a mystery guest commentator who will be determined soon. But for now, you have been watching the Low Ink tournament.